My name is Vahid Chitsaz, part of the Elite Mastermind group. Thank you for taking this time and being with us so far. Let's dive into it, Henry. Think and Grow Rich. When did you start? How did you start? How are you utilizing it?
Absolutely. First and foremost, thank you so much for having me on this platform. I just wanted to, extend my gratitude, and I'm honored to be here. So, again, everyone, my name is Henry Aaron Westbrooks. I discovered Think and Grow Rich in the year 2014. It was right around, it was a very pivotal moment in my life, a very formative time. I had just graduated from college with a bachelor's degree, and I was taking a bit of time off just to figure out what my next step was. And honestly, this was the first book that I've ever bought. Okay, I've got a pretty good education. I, was raised well, private school, and I say all that because you would think I would have read or at least bought some books. But besides the extracurricular, the mandated curriculum, I never bought a book, and I don't know why. After college, I just realized, man, I'm jumping into the real world, right? So it dawned on me that I needed to make some changes, and things were going to be needing to be taken into account that weren't being taken into account before, because I'm becoming independent, and I'm going to need to really excel into this world. And I've always been somebody who's wanted more in life. I've always wanted to reach my fullest potential, and I've always been very humble, however, aware of the fact that, we're all blessed to be living this life, so we should reach an optimal human state, So it came down to, how can I shortcut my success? How can I reach these goals and my targets? I saw so many people in magazines and movies and TV just living some type of way. I jumped onto the internet, and I literally believe I typed in like something so generic, like how to get rich, right? And I think the book came up. So I didn't get it referred to by a friend, or I didn't have somebody just pass the book to me. I actually just stumbled upon it, on Google. Thank God. And I literally remember jumping in my car. It was an old 90s car, driving to Barnes & Noble, and just having like a paradigm shift, because I'm buying a book. That was one of the first times I've ever been in Barnes & Noble. And I bought the book. And as you all know, this is, it's continually digesting, right? I'm always learning, because I'm always rereading the book, right? And that's something that the book says you need to do. You can't just read this book one time and expect to know the secrets and all the principles.
What are the two things that you learned, Henry, that you think were pivotal for you? Give me those two things.
The biggest things right now, out of all of my notes and highlights that I'm really focusing on really creating into part of my being, is just having unwavering faith. Because without that faith, that faith is just that belief in the unseen, the belief in the unknown. It's really just going to be, your failure will be inevitable. So you got to have faith, unwavering faith, despite anything and everything going on, what's being told to you, what you're hearing, what you're seeing. The seemingly, the reality we're looking at, the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. So that's been huge, and just keeping the faith strong, as well as just maintaining that burning desire. Because having my burning desire right now is just, it's my why in life, right? So my purpose, my why, my reasoning. Why do I wake up in the morning? What fuels me? What gets me motivated? Why am I every day seeking just more and more and more fulfillment, so that I can help myself and help other people? So just having my burning desire and my why combined are really key to what's fueling me, I'd say. Just everybody wondering, some two takeaways from this book for sure. You got to have unwavering faith. So whatever endeavor you're looking to jump into, wherever you're looking to achieve in life, you got to believe in yourself, and regardless. And that's got to be a strong, without a doubt, basically, is what it comes down to. Okay, and your mind will play tricks on you, and things will happen, and it's going to be a test. There's a lot of tests. So make sure you're always reading this book. You're always sharpening your saw and getting refreshed, because the principles are key, and the knowledge is all in the book. However, if you just have little pieces of the recipe and you don't actually have it all together, you're not going to get the overall results. So you got to have
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. But Henry, tell me this. You went the opposite way. Burning desire is first, then is unwavering faith. Why do you think unwavering faith is very, very important? And you already clarified that why it's important, because you got to have that or else it just doesn't work. It comes in a package. But what if I don't have the unwavering faith together? What would be one or two things that I could implement that could give me that unwavering faith or get me closer to it?
Yeah. So in the beginning, you know, when you're dealing with faith and, you know, believing in the unseen or what's to come, it can be tough because, you know, you're telling yourself, I'm a multi-millionaire, I'm a billionaire, and you look at your bank account and you got $0. So it can be tough to believe that, to trick your subconscious or to believe that thing. And if you're having an issue with the faith aspect, if you're having issues, you know, developing that faith, maintaining that confidence, holding that belief, and staying focused, and then what you got to do is spend some time alone. Number one, get back to the roots. Get alone in a quiet place and meditate. You need to actually tap into the spirituality of this frequency. Everyone's confused about this book, Think and Grow Rich. The number one thing in this book is a positive mental mindset, guys. Like, if you actually read this book, you'll realize, you know, monetary, like the money it's like the last thing we're even talking about. I don't even think money's not even talked about in this book. So you got to realize that, number one, when you wake up in the morning, we're all waking up collectively as a universe, as one organism. We're all doing this and in this together. And just have faith that you can do anything you want. And if your goals are so big that you can't believe them, which they should be, that's fine. The way to start building your faith is to just simply start with small things. Say, you know what, I believe that after I shower, I'll smell good. And then just start building up little things that are actually going to physically manifest into your life. This morning, I woke up and I was like, you know, I believe that I should get a coffee before this interview. So, and I had the faith that I could do it. So I believed in my purpose. I'm going to wake up and get coffee, and it's going to help me with this interview. This is the faith. This is what I believe. So just start with little simple things, right? And create, you know, small goals, small accomplishments that you can, you know, tap yourself on the back for after you achieve them. That'll help you build the confidence and build your faith for bigger things.
I love it. So let me ask you a question. If somebody has not read Think and Grow Rich,
yes.
This is like my favorite last question to finish things up. Why would you recommend to individuals to read Think and Grow Rich? And if you had to go back, it's a two-part question. Number one, why should they read it? Number one. Number two, what if you would have read it while you were going to school? How would your life would be changed? How would it be different than today?
Okay. The real reason, the number one reason I would say that everybody should pick up this book and read it, study it throughout their entire life, is because this book is a collection of wisdom and experience from basically the founding fathers and some of the most intellectual beings that ever lived on the earth. And if you're wondering how things are, how things were, and how things will continue to be, it's vital that you pick up this book and tap into how this whole world is become, because any successful person that I've met has attributed their success to this book. So the reason you need to pick this book up is because it's your duty to be a successful person, to help yourself, your family, the economy, wherever you are in the world. If you're not doing that, you're doing yourself a disservice. You got to pick up the book. You know, this is 20, 30, 40 years of knowledge packed into a book that you can read in a week if you really wanted to, you know. And it's just, people took their entire life, you know, Andrew Carnegie, Dale Carnegie, you know, they took their time to craft this for you, to make it so easy for you. You know, that's why, it's because it's for you. People have made this for you, right? So I would say that. And honestly, man, if I was in school back in the day, if I had this as a textbook, or if this was like a mandatory, I wish this was, honestly. I'm so glad you asked that question, because me and my friends talk about this, some of my mentors, and at our mastermind group, we always talk about, hey man, could you imagine if we had to read Napoleon Hill like a chapter a week and then we got tested on it? That would be absolutely amazing, you know, for lack of a better word at this point. I mean, that would seriously be revolutionizing. It would be revolutionary for the planet right now. So if I could have gone back and had that,
it would change the course of human beings. I completely understand that, because if we're more successful, we'll be able to help other people too.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is they taught us a lot of stuff that was useful and a lot of it that wasn't. I'm not going to bash the education system. It is what it is. I just want to say that if I had the opportunity, if I knew about this book when I was, you know, in school, I would have, A, been way more interested in this subject than any other subject matter that they were telling us about. And B, I guarantee you that I would be farther off in life than I am right now, because it's all about retraining your brain, redeveloping a new mindset. Thinking and growing rich is truly the idea. And it sounds cliche. Everyone talks about the same things. Thoughts are things, and you think it, you see it, you believe it, and it's all true. And it all is true. And one thing that I want to touch on in this book is that I've discovered it's more than just thinking and growing rich, though. It's more than just thinking and becoming rich, you know, and it's not just monetary. Again, it's rich relationships, it's rich connections, it's rich ideas, it's rich lifestyle. You know, it's just it's more than what everyone interprets in the beginning. The one thing that I would say is it's more than just thinking and growing rich. You actually have to feel. Think, feel, and grow rich, I think, is what the book should be called, because so much of this, so much of this.
Why are they changing the title? I love it. Listen, Henry, I want to thank you for spending this time with us. Hopefully we'll get to do this more often, and, you know, introduce me to some of your friends. I want to get their feedback on the book also too, so that would be pretty cool and interesting to learn. But definitely, I agree with what you're saying. Unwavering faith and being able to have your burning desire. Hopefully they start teaching this stuff in school. Thank you so much, Henry, for taking this time out of your day and being with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, man. Have a great day.
You got it, brother. Take care.